work some shoulder crunches. So I was teaching the other day, like sitting up and getting here. Okay, so actually for this technique today, I'll wait for him to get close to me. Okay, so a very normal reaction that the person on top has, that is trying to get the bigger cross face. Right, so we're going to try to take advantage of this. Okay, just to understand, this is can be a strong technique if you know exactly what you're doing, but there is risks. Okay, so if you put yourself, if you forget something, you can pass your guard, the side control. Okay, so these things can happen. Okay, so I'm going to explain everything that I have to do to make sure you get it right. So we have here. Alex is trying to get the cross face, and very common this happen. Okay, so for me to start this, I have to block his neck. Okay, so my forearm has to be on his neck. Okay, if my arm is out and he gets just the chest, he is going to make it very hard for me. He's going to pass my guard, very, very likely. Okay, if my arm go all the way across, he can finish me here. Same thing, he can free his leg and go for arm triangles. Okay, so my forearm has to be across his neck. This is crucial. Okay. Whenever this happens, what I will do, I'm gonna have I try to keep my knee shield, and in this case, because he's trying to get the cross face, I'll let him like squeeze the knee shield close to my body. I don't push back because I want him to close distance. Okay, so this is gonna give me some extra protection in case my arm move from here. This gives me some protection. Okay, so he try to get close, he try to reach here, I block, and now my other hand I go. Look, this is very important. Go deep. My elbow is high. I will try to block his arm as the best way I can. Okay, so if my elbow is here, he can start when he come up and start to remove. You see the gap? Okay, so this gap here. Okay, he can start moving the elbow from this gap. Okay, so I will try to close the gap. My elbow all the way, and my bicep is on this. Okay, and I get like that. So if you try to get the arm out now, it should be pretty tight. Okay, my head also put pressure here. If my my head is out, you turn the thumb. And also, okay, all these details gonna make a good shoulder crunch here. So 1, 2. Once I have this, it's tight. What I will do, I can let go my knee shield. I will step on the floor. I will hip escape, and I will insert my butterfly hook right here. Okay. Once my butterfly hook is here, I can remove my leg, and I can start to elevate my left elbow and elevate my hook to push him away. And I use my right leg to drive him on top. Once I'm here, I'm going to transition. Knee on belly, and my right knee goes right across the head. Okay, I move forward, find his elbow, apply pressure to finish the armbar. Okay, so have my knee shield, I let him go, come, I block, 1, 2. Okay, really tight, squeeze with my head as well, let go my knee shield, hip escape as much as needed, but keep this leg active. If he passes my leg, if I get his leg out now, he will pass, and this is a problem. Now, this is useless, okay, come back. So I want to keep this leg active for now. Okay, so hip escape, insert the butterfly, now I can move. Okay, so now if you try to go around my leg, now I'm using my butterfly hook to elevate him, and he's actually helping me to get this through. Go with me on belly, knee over the head, go to the arm here, find his elbow, make sure you have like your back curve, okay, so around the back, so you have space to hyperextend his elbow here, okay, so pressure up, and get in the tap. Okay, so he get close to me, I block with my left arm, shoulder crunch, good pressure, stand my leg, hip escape, and get my hook in. Okay, once my hook is in, I'm going to start elevating with my left elbow as I start to get my leg out, and I start elevating with this hook. My right leg can come out to help to push. Okay, so I can start pushing through my leg, and I get here. Okay, 1, move my head forward, 2, find his elbow, pressure, and finish the armbar. Good? Yeah? Any questions? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Set up. We're going to attack the armbar, moving the hips to the other side. Okay? So I'm gonna start here, he comes close, I block, I got my shoulder crunch, and use my hand here to make sure I have a good grip, okay? I hip skate, and I place my butterfly, okay? So once I have this, what I need now is getting my right knee out, okay? Alex can have his left leg closed. Let's turn the other side. So here, I got my shoulder crunch, I hip skate, butterfly. Okay, so his leg can be very close here, and I will struggle to get, you see, I have to get my right knee out for this technique, okay? So what I will do, I will follow the same steps as I did before, okay? So one, I lift the leg, and I start moving my right leg out, you see? I'm gonna use my right leg to hip skate, bring my knee side, and square up, okay? So you're gonna need a hip skate with your right leg to do this. Once you have your leg out, what you're gonna do, you're gonna start turning your hips all the way to the right. Okay, so hips out, and right foot on his hips. Okay, my right foot is on his hips. I'll move my hips out, my right knee on top of his shoulder. I can slide my neck to his wrist, and I apply pressure on his elbow here to finish. Okay, so here I block his neck. Good pressure, my elbow this side. Remember, don't leave this gap here. Okay, that's a gap that you can easily escape. So I try to close that gap. Okay, so hips out, get my butterfly hook. Once I'm here, I remove my hook. I will lift, and I start getting my hips out, and I bring back my knee. Okay, you guys understand? Okay, so once I'm here, I'm going to start moving out to my right. Okay, so I can push him that way. Okay, so I push that way with my forearm, hip skate, right foot on his hips, and I can start moving out, pressure on the shoulder. Okay? Very important, guys. You want to be completely lateral to him. Okay? So he's good here, shoulder crunch, grip, hip skate, butterfly hook. Okay, so I'm going to lift him, I can move my leg out, I will lift him. 1, 2. Okay, once I do that, one more hip skate, like I can push his head that side. You see, like with my hands I'm pushing, and I get to the side. Normally you force to go to his knees because he wants to go towards me. So come up on your knee, yeah. Okay, he wants to go close to me. So I keep my hip foot on his hips, start moving back, pressure down, neck up, find his elbow, apply pressure to finish. Okay, make sure you're completely sideways. You don't want to be here. Okay, guys, to finish flat, because here you're going to be pushing his elbow against going against your own chest, and there is no hyperextension. You need space. Okay, so you need here. My right foot is on his hips, my right knee is on his shoulder. And if I do a good job here, just putting pressure down and up, he's already tapping. Okay, but of course, I'm going to look for his elbow. I can go with my hands as well. Okay, and pressure down to get the tap. Yeah? Let's go. 1, 2, 3.